Hi, I'm Grace Bruno, author of many books, and my latest book is Jagged Macarata. It's a story about a young woman, Mayana, who has many travails in 1850s Australia. You can buy it on Amazon.com or booksbygrace.com. I'm going to read a little bit, the first chapter. Okay, thank you. Mayana sat languidly as the midday sun baked her dark golden skin to a deeper shade of cinnamon. No one knew where she was, and that always made her feel a little naughty, but somehow self-satisfied. Her brown eyes surveyed the endless sweep of desert that lay before her as a testament of life itself. She wondered how long her ancestors had traversed the rocky basin that she and her family had made home. Off in the distance she heard the cry of the ravenous eaglehawk, circling high above her for over an hour. Although Mayana usually adhered to her people's traditions about hunting, today she would exercise her adroitness as an expert markswoman. She almost always nabbed her hapless victim, which was usually an energetic goanna or careless wallaby. Today she was on walkabout. At 15, Mayana was experiencing the first flush of womanhood, and she didn't want to miss a single moment of the beauty that this spring day offered. She stooped down to admire a velvety desert hibiscus, still saturated with morning dew. As she plucked the sturdy flower from its resistant stem, Mayana looked up just in time to glimpse the 4 white men that had unexpectedly ridden up to the glistening waterhole, a few feet from where she now crouched. Her mind raced incessantly, and she was deeply concerned that the strange men might hear the powerful beating of her drumming heart. Over here, mates, the swarthy man on the first horse urged. There's some water here. Good, the man behind him grunted. The last 2 men rode their thirsty horses in the direction that their cousin Maxwell had indicated. John, are you sure that water's right? Avery asked his cousin. You know that you can get sick if it's contaminated. Well, we'll just have to give the water a sip or two, John, the headman retorted. Upon dismounting, his eyes darted across the expansive horizon, supervising the distant hills with the keen curiosity of a hungry dingo. What's going on, John? Maxwell, the second horseman, asked in concern. I can feel the presence of something or someone, he pronounced cryptically as he led his palomino to the ever-alluring waterhole. It's bloody deserted out here, John. Avery, his first cousin, patted his beefy shoulder. Why don't we let our horses try the water first? Keith suggested, his hat slung low over his darting weasel eyes. We don't want to lose our horses, do we, blokes? John cautioned. I'll just try a bit, and if I don't keel over and die, then you blokes will know that everything will be all right. Half smiling, the 3 other men watched in amusement as their ringleader sampled the hot yet essential fluid. It's mighty fine, John cooed indulgently. Right now it's better than gold we might be looking for. Maxwell, Keith, and Avery left their dehydrated horses lurching as they all raced to bring the thirst-quenching water to their dry, cracked lips. Motioning with his bare claw of a hand, John encouraged the horses to join in on the water orgy. Hesitant but determined, the horses gathered around the waterhole, lapping up the necessary fluid, snorting in profound satisfaction. Hey, what's that? Avery asked as he spied Mayana in the bushes. I see something over there, mates. It might be a roo. Where? Maxwell questioned his sharp-eyed cousin. Just over yonder there, mate, in that clump of bushes. All 4 men turned toward the dry desert bushes in which Mayana had attempted to conceal herself. Trembling from within, Mayana held her breath so as not to make any sound that the odd-looking white men might hear. Mayana had heard stories about groups of traveling white men from time to time, but she never believed that they really existed. She thought that the elders were probably smoking too much Paturi tobacco, but now she realized that the ghost-like men did exist, and she somehow knew that she was in a great deal of danger. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you. Again, Jagged Macarata, which means revenge, in some of the Aboriginal languages, and you can buy this on Amazon.com. Grace Bruno. Thank you for your time. Bye.